there is a quiet catastrophe brewing in the suburbs. It's not a sudden stock market crash that makes the evening news, and it's not a dramatic housing bubble that everyone sees coming. It's something much slower, much quieter, and infinitely more personal. Millions of middle-class workers, people just like you, are currently walking toward a financial cliff. And the terrifying part? Most of them think they're on solid ground. They've done everything society told them was right. They've put 40 years into the system, they've paid their mortgages, they've been responsible with their 401ks. But here's the brutal truth. The math of 2026 is fundamentally broken compared to the math of 1986. The standard retirement is dying. It's on life support. And if you're relying on your parents' old playbook, you might find yourself 75 years old, healthy, vibrant, and completely out of money. Today, we're looking at the middle-class retirement crisis that no one is preparing you for, and more importantly, how you can rewrite your story before it's too late. Welcome back. We talk a lot on this channel about building wealth, but today isn't about the hustle. Today is about preservation. It's about making sure the life you've built doesn't evaporate the moment you stop punching the clock. If you value your peace of mind and you're ready to face the numbers most people are too afraid to check, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's look at why the golden years are turning into a silver crisis. 1. The 100-year life longevity risk. Our grandparents' retirement was a sprint, yours is a marathon. In 1950, if you retired at 65, you were statistically expected to pass away by 72 or 75. Your money only had to last a decade. But today, 90 is the new 80. Medical technology in 2026 is keeping us alive longer than ever, which is great news, unless you haven't funded the bill. We are looking at a 30 to 35-year vacation that you have to pay for up front. If you haven't accounted for that extra decade of life, you aren't just short on cash, you're facing a decade of poverty at the exact age when you're least able to go back to work. The actionable pivot. Stop planning for age 80. Start building a portfolio that assumes you'll live to 100. You aren't saving for a retirement, you're funding a second, independent life. 2. The death of the pension, the risk shift. Your parents had a defined benefit plan. If the company did poorly, that was the CEO's problem. Their check arrived every month like clockwork. Today, that's gone. You have a defined contribution plan, the 401k. The burden of being a professional hedge fund manager has been shifted onto your shoulders. If the market drops 20% the year you decide to retire, that's on you. If you pick the wrong mutual funds with hidden fees, that's on you. We've privatized the risk and left the middle class to figure it out on their own. The actionable pivot? You are now the CEO of your own pension fund. You need to spend as much time learning about withdrawal rates as you do about earning. 3. The inflation silent killer. Inflation isn't just about the price of eggs this week. It's a slow-moving termite eating the foundation of your future. In 2026, the word millionaire has lost its luster. If you have $1 million saved today, a modest 3% inflation rate will cut your purchasing power in half in just 24 years. By the time you're 85, that safe nest egg you worked so hard for might only cover property taxes and basic groceries. You can't just save your way to retirement anymore. You have to outpace the devaluation of the currency. The actionable pivot? Cash is a melting ice cube. You must own assets, stocks, real estate, or businesses that have the power to raise prices along with inflation. 4. The healthcare black hole. This is the one that keeps financial planners awake at night. There is a massive misconception that Medicare covers everything. It doesn't. Long-term care, specialized medications, and memory care facilities can cost anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 per month. For many middle-class families, one major health event for one spouse doesn't just hurt, it liquidates the entire inheritance for the other. It's a wealth transfer from your family to the healthcare industry. The actionable pivot. Look into long-term care TEC insurance or hybrid life insurance policies while you're in your 40s or 50s. If you wait until you need it, you can't afford it. 5. The cost of the late start. We all understand compound interest, but we ignore the opportunity cost of waiting. If you wait until age 45 to get serious, you have to save roughly 3 to 4 times as much per month to reach the same goal as someone who started at 25. Many people spend their 30s and 40s paying for now, the bigger house, the kids' private sports, the vacations, and they tell themselves they'll catch up later. But you can't negotiate with the math of time. The actionable pivot, even if you're late, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Aggressive catch-up contributions aren't a suggestion, they are a necessity. 6. The mortgage that never ends. It used to be a rite of passage, the mortgage burning party. You retired with a deed and a $0 monthly housing payment. But in 2026, due to moving up to bigger homes or taking out home equity lines of credit to fund lifestyle choices, more retirees are entering their 70s with a massive monthly debt. The actionable pivot, your retirement security is directly tied to your fixed costs. If you enter retirement with a $3,000 mortgage, you are starting the game with a massive handicap. Aim for housing freedom before job freedom. 7. Toxic optimism. I'll just work until I'm 75. I hear this all the time. It sounds like a plan, but it's actually a gamble on your health. You can't control a sudden diagnosis, a corporate layoff, or a family emergency. Relying on future work is a fragile strategy. The actionable pivot: build a plan that allows you to work because you want to, not because you have to. Optimism is a great mindset for life, but it's a terrible strategy for a spreadsheet. 8. The bank of mom and dad, the generational leak. This is a uniquely modern crisis. In 2026, the failure to launch phenomenon is real. Many middle-class parents are subsidizing their adult children's rent, car insurance, and student loans well into their 20s and 30s. It comes from a place of love, but it's a generational sabotage. You are trading your retirement security for their current comfort. The actionable pivot: remember the airplane rule. Put on your own oxygen mask first. Your children can get a loan for a house or a degree. You cannot get a loan for your retirement. The retirement crisis isn't an act of God, it's the result of outdated playbooks meeting a new economic reality. If you do nothing, if you just go with the flow, that flow is taking you toward a very stressful, very restricted future. But the fact that you're watching this means you're already ahead of the curve. You're seeing the leaks before the ship sinks. Whether you're 35 or 55, there are levers you can pull. You can downsize earlier, you can adjust your tax buckets, and you can stop being the bank of mom and dad. Retirement shouldn't be a period of anxiety, it should be your victory lap. But you have to build the track today. If this video gave you a much-needed reality check, let me know in the comments, what is the one thing about retirement that scares you the most? Let's talk about it. We're building a community here that faces the truth so we can build a better future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who is still following the 1986 playbook. Your future self is counting on you. I'll see you in the next one.